All right, let's get things going here. So first of all, if it's not clear by the title of the stream, I'm playing a solo game of Earthborne Rangers, and this is a co-op campaign game, open world campaign game actually. So I would give that qualifier since it does make it. It does make this a little different from some of the other campaign games that usually have more of a linear, linear structure to the narrative and everything. So, if you are familiar with Earthborne Rangers, I do like to kind of show a few different things up front. First of all, this is my current campaign tracker, and you can see I've completed now 2 missions. Technically, I guess the Helping Hand mission isn't supposed to be on the campaign tracker, but I want to record my accomplishment. So, I don't know. I'm curious if people have any feelings on missions that tell you not to include in the campaign tracker, if you still include them just for your own nostalgia purposes. So, that said, I only have 2 notable events, Impress Clips and Found a Perfect Fishing Spot, so we'll see if those ever come up again in the future. And then, in terms of rewards, I so far only have Artel's Bolting Rod, which is still not in my deck yet. And then, location-wise, I'm currently just about to start Atrox Mountain. Oh, the mountain. It's not mountain terrain. It is actually lakeshore terrain, and I'm a very detailed oriented person, so I need to update this. Lakeshore, which is a perfect segue, because let's take a look at exactly where we are going now. I'm really proud of my mini map here in the top left corner. It's static, unfortunately, but you can see the little arrow pointing towards Atrox Mountain. Let's give this a round of applause, because I really like how that turned out. And with that said, I also have this. We're not done, because I also have a bigger map, and let's get another round of applause for the bigger map, because I think this one's more interactive, because I can go over on my computer screen here and actually move this baby around. And basically, the thing about this game is you're always the way it works is you're technically moving towards something, but you're at something at the exact same time. So we're traveling from Golden Shore to Atrox Mountain via Lakeshore, but I'm also at Atrox Mountain. I guess it's kind of hard for me to fully narratively explain that. I understand mechanically why you have to pick a path, and that path denotes the type of cards you have in the path deck and also the location cards. But I digress. That gives you an idea then of my current game state situation. The other thing that I will throw in is my character sheet itself. So I have a smaller version that's static here on the left side of my main screen, but might be a little hard to see, so I'll blow it up now to give you a better idea of my stats. 1, 2, 2, 3 for the various aspects. Astute, perceptive, balanced, compassionate, and then I'm a guardian is my role. That's something seems a little funky about. Oh, it's because there's a typo with role. Again, I hate being a role. I don't really like how there's that. I don't want to deal with that right now. So, background shepherd, specialties conciliator, and my outside interest is boundary sensor. So that's a little bit about my character. All right. So I always debate whether I should do refreshing off camera or not, because it's a little bit mundane, but at the same time, I do think there's a little bit of fun in getting to see how the refresh phase works. So uh, if you were listening to my last session, I said I was about to, I wanted to camp. And I realized after I ended that no, I don't want to camp yet, because right now I have this mission ongoing called Helping Hand. And Helping Hand specifically says if you have to complete it before the end of the day. And for me to complete this mission, I need to, well, I realize I have to go to a mountain location, which I probably technically am not supposed to know, but I looked kind of ahead in the paragraph book and saw that if you're at a mountain location, you get a certain paragraph read. Anyway, so I know I have to be in Atrox Mountain by the end of this, before the end of this day, if I actually want to complete this mission. Otherwise, it just goes away, and I would have to refine the characters still and start all over. So I don't want that to happen. The reason why I was thinking about camping is because I only have 3 cards left in my Ranger deck. And the thing about this game is there's really not a lot of value in camping. Camping is just a way for you, it's really the only way for you to get your reward cards into your deck. Now, these are really strong cards, and I definitely want them in my deck, but if I camp and lose out this mission, the value is not, I don't, in my opinion at least, I'm still new to this game obviously, but the value is not strong enough for me to decide, you know what, I'm going to camp and give up on my mission. Okay, so yeah, back to refresh. Ready all cards is the first thing, so I ready my Pakoto Ferret, and each ranger gains all their energy back, so I get 3 energy back for spirit, 2 for fitness, and I draw a ranger card, which is where now things are getting a little dicey because I only have 2 more cards in my deck. So, I'm skipping ahead. I have to, I technically didn't draw this. I don't know if it's going to matter or not, because I actually have to resolve the travel step first, which I'm going to have to quickly review. This is probably an iteration that I'm going to eventually strive for, is having all this stuff on the screen so we can look at it together. So basically, I did not decide to camp. I already did the work of building the path deck, so that's designed correctly. And then we do the arrival. Read the campaign guide entry noted on the back of the location card. So we'll do that now, which is 11. And if you're curious, put this off to the side. And if you haven't noticed, you'll see that Atrox Mountain happens to be the background for my player mat. That deserves a cheer. That's kind of cool. And yeah, so back to this card, we can see that, not surprisingly, there's a test for climbing, and it says climb the steep and perilous route to add 2 progress to this location for every effort, then it fatigues you. That's my hurt fatigue sound effect. So that's interesting. Yeah, this is going to be challenging. My goal is not actually to traverse this within the day, but if I could and then camp, that would be great. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, 2 progress for every effort. That's actually really good. I'm trying to understand what I'm missing out on here, because that means if you do 3 effort, yeah. Oh yeah. The value is much strong. I don't know. I feel like you're definitely supposed to climb this mountain. Okay, so back to paragraph check number 11. Let's get that out of the way. Oh, before I go any further, I keep forgetting there's so many things that I need to address with this. It's a lot of work to do this stream. that's half the joke. So one thing that I want to point out is the music in the background is the official soundtrack of Earthborne Rangers. In a future iteration of my stream, I do hope to have a QR code probably on the right side of my screen at all times that takes you to the download page, the Bandcamp page or SoundCloud page for this soundtrack. There is a cost for it, but what's great is that there are tracks for every the album or the soundtrack artwork always shows the path of where the track is most thematic. So I love thematic immersion. This is perfect for me because I want to be playing the music that correlates to where I'm at in the game. So here, this song track, for example, is Sky and Stone, and also even has Atrox Mountain in the background. So you got to breathe in. Like, that's like the one thing that's missing in this stream is the scent aspect of this, because I have the visual here, I have the sound in the background. I try to keep the green tint in the background and have my green tinted drink. So, okay, music. And I wanted to now read a paragraph. Check 11 is what it is. For Atrox Mountain. Let's do full face here. During your training, Calypso would jokingly threaten to send you on a patrol of Atrox Mountain, whenever she needed to provide you with some extra encouragement. Now, struggling up the side of the mountain, you can see why. The paths around Atrox Mountain are a maze of narrow trails, weaving between rockfalls and slopes of unstable scree, and you know that lurking along the trail there may be an Atrox waiting to pounce. I wonder if hopefully that gasp sound effect could be heard by you guys. All right, that was all there was to read there. So back to arrival. We did the reading. Missions to arrive at a location resolved, which I don't have any arrive at missions. To finish setting up the destination, resolve each instruction under the arrival setup header. Alright, so we'll do that now. Drum roll. Oops. Oh my gosh. So, lead ranger, search the path deck for the next obstacle and put it into play. Of course. So, I ignore next ranger. Yeah. So I do have to look through the deck for an obstacle. Okay. I'll put it over here for everyone to look at while I shuffle. Tributary stream. Only a presence of 1. And I can soak my feet. This is actually I have to feel this is one of the more easy obstacle cards to deal with in this game, because to clear it, you're basically you're incentivized to clear it, and it's not hard to clear. You just put your ranger token on it and pass the test. Like, 2 difficulty spirit test isn't nothing, but then of course you get to soothe equal to your efforts. So that's something that I certainly may try to take advantage of, but for now. But of course the downside is it's an obstacle, so I can't of course try to interact with Atrox Mountain and climb out of here without getting rid of the stream card. That's what obstacle basically does, is prevents you from moving on. Alright, shuffled the path deck again, and let's see. Now we're to refresh. So now I would draw my 1 ranger card, refill energy pools, ready all cards, and then here we have the midday sun refresh effect, which is add 1 cloud. So I add a token to represent a cloud to that card. All right, so yikes. Um okay. So, let's see here. We completed refresh, so now we're at start of round. And for the start of round, we always draw a path card for each ranger, so we'll see. Let's check it out. And it's a romping Lutrinol within reach. Oh, ambush. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is kind of getting dicey. So ambush means if it's within it moves within range and I immediately get fatigued for one card. So at the end of the day, all I literally need to do is, so it's my turn, all I need to do is finish out her progression, which is just which is just one more progress. Yeah, and I'm not gonna take any risks. I'm saying I'm not gonna take any risks, but I'm gonna add. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use Healing Touch. Or I'm going to use one spirit energy token for one effort, plus then one of my connection approach symbols for 2 total effort to do a basic connection. She has a pretty interesting test, but it's a difficulty of 2. I'd rather just, her presence is 1, meaning a connection test is just a difficulty of 1. So, and I just need 1 progress because I already have 2 of the 3. So I think this is the smarter way of going about this, and more optimal, I should say. And yeah, so I'm gonna put two effort, and I just need 1 to pass. So let's do the good old drum roll, please. And no modifier on spirit, so 2 total effort get through, and that means I've cleared her. So I think we immediately go to the clear paragraph check for Syl. Yay! And 82. Alright, so it says if Helping Hand is attached to Syl and you are at a mountain location, goes to 82.3. With a triumphant flourish, Syl adds a final stroke, looks at her canvas, and then back at the scene. She thinks for a moment, then leans back with a deep and satisfied sigh. I love it, she looks at you. Thank you so much. Oh, she exclaims and rummages around in her rucksack. I want you to have something. She pulls out a well-used sketchbook and hands it to you. Drawings of flora and fauna from all over the valley from when I was just starting out. There are a few blank pages left. I think you should be the one to fill them in. See you next masterpiece. She winks at you and then begins to pack away her supplies. Gain the Syl's sketchbook. Gain the Syl's sketchbook reward card. Write "Witnessed a masterpiece" on the campaign tracker. So we'll go ahead and take care of some of these things. Yeah. So, witnessed a masterpiece is going to be added here. That's a masterpiece. And then what we're going to do next is also update are... Oh, my bad. I actually just wanted to stay on that one because this is where I will record that I have received Skills sketchbook. All right. And then, of course, most importantly, let's actually see what this sketchbook looks like in the flesh or in the paper. Hopefully that shows up. So here we have still sketchbook. You always get 2 copies of a reward card. Ooh, 2 connections. I love that because I'm very pro connection slash I think that's what that's called. Yeah, connection. I'm very pro connection. Comes with 2 sketches when played. Exhaust a present path card with present X. Interesting. I like it. You're exhausting, like you're drawing it. Thematically, I always love how everything thematically makes sense in this game. And otherwise, it says if you use awareness in the sketch, you're subject to choose a path card. Oh, well, I guess technically that's... to choose a path card and add X sketches to the book. So that's, I guess, actually sketching. X is equal to that card's presence. Yeah, I mean, still thematically a lot of fun that you kind of are able to keep this thing alive by adding sketches to it. Choose a path card and X. Yeah, I mean, a fun card. Is it gear? Yeah, gear. That's the problem with this already is, you know, my other item is also gear, my other reward. So it's certainly, you can only have so much gear at a time based on the symbols at the top right. So now, granted, you can also always use cards just for their approach symbology, or yeah, their approach symbology, and the cards with 3 different, or even if it's the same number of approach symbols, are really strong. So, okay, and then it just says, let's finish the cleanup of Syl here. Take off these tokens. She ends up just going to the discard pile. Helping Hand, the mission card, just goes back in the box. So we've done all of that. So the mission, so all of the, yeah. Now we have to resolve the challenge effect. So here, suffer 1 fatigue. Yikes. We might have to end early then. Or we might, it's looking like I might be forced to end early. Here it says, if there is another Romping Luternal in play, which there's not, so we don't have to worry about that challenge effect. So that was it for the challenge effect resolution. And it's my turn again. So I think, oh geez. So what I can do is Pokoto has a very strong effect. Wow, there's a lot of combos here, guys. There's a lot of combos. This is actually pretty interesting. but I don't think I can pull it. Wow. Yeah, this is a lot. I'm sorry, I'm kind of just looking through. So, what I was digesting was this card. It says move all progress from a being to a feature. Well, I purposely overloaded Pokoto with 4 progress, really for its exhaust effect, not for a card like that. But based on what that card said, I can take 4 progress and put it to a feature such as, oh, this is not a feature. That's unfortunate. I thought maybe I could just use it to get out of dodge. So I have to take that. My excitement for that has gone away. Deeper Understanding, though, is also interesting because it's allowing me, again, to use the progress from Pokoto to other, to each other card in play, which is also pretty interesting, but right now isn't super relevant. So if I really want to get out of here, I think I have to I'm just trying to, I'm looking at the soaking thing. So if I soak my feet, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm using my Ranger's special ability, which allows me to reduce a being's presence to 0 for a turn. So Lutrinol is going to be 0 for right now, because on this turn what I'm going to do is I'm going to interact with the tributary stream and do the soak test, which I can do because I without taking fatigue, because I reduce this Lutrinol to 0 presence, so there's no fatigue that I have to take. In terms of what I'm going to use for this test, I guess I have to go with this route of, I don't have to, but I'm going to use 1 spirit energy along with 2 of my approach symbols for a total strength of effort of 3. I only need 2. I technically have to put my, but yeah, so I'm going to do 3, and we'll see what I get here. I have +1. Wow, okay. That's okay. Then not much I could have done there. What that means is I move my Ranger token to the feature and soothe fatigue equal to your effort. Oh, well, this is actually then not terrible because my effort ended up being 4. So so I'm soothing 4. So that actually, for once, kind of worked out in my favor. Get 4 cards back into my hand. Woo! That's, some would call that value. Hopefully I can actually take advantage of all this. So the downside is we have another, oh yeah, we're not going to be able to take advantage of this because the sun symbol means I have to fatigue. Sun symbol means I have to fatigue, and I have no cards left in my deck. So that's a force fatigue. As far as I know, there's nothing really I can do about that. I just have to end my day early, and this is where I was gonna, last time I was streaming, say that I was gonna end my stream to deal with the ramifications of a new day, just because I've not done that before. But maybe I'm way overblowing the ending the day. So I think everything, my understanding is literally everything gets discarded. I think literally everything. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Meaning my Pakoda progress all goes to waste, sadly. This goes back to the path. And then I get these cards back. So I think literally all your cards go back to your... Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just end here for the night, just because I'm probably going to be doing a lot of otherwise pausing as I read what exactly I have to do to start the next day. So, apologies for me for a little shorter stream than usual tonight, but this is finally the end of day one. This has been about 3.5, maybe 4-ish hours of gameplay for one day. People say a day should take an hour of gameplay per ranger, so I don't really know what I'm doing that takes things as long as they do. But with all that said, thank you so much for watching. Again, check out the music tracks for this if you are already an Earthborne Rangers player and aren't aware of that. And the other thing, I also have other goodies here. These playmats are custom playmats that you can get off the website, I think, of Earthborne Games. They have options that you can pick from, which is kind of fun. I sleeved my cards too, in case anyone was wondering about that. Yeah, if you are watching this in the future and notice that I made any mistakes, please comment either if I made any mistakes with the rules, or if I made any dumb moves that were obviously dumb, and I would love to understand if I'm doing things wrong, or doing things that would be much better that I'm not understanding. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Talking Cardboard YouTube channel and follow us on TikTok so you get notifications when we do live streams. Certainly, this isn't the only game we're playing. I'm trying to do personally a solo campaign of this game, but Talking Cardboard as a group plays other multiplayer games, both cooperative and competitive, and we all, of course, have a bunch of videos that you can watch as well. So with that said, hope you all have a great rest of your day.